Hello and welcome back to the Back Nine here at the Piney Woods Open, presented by Dynamic Discs and the Rose City Disc Golf Club. My name is Robert McCall, and with me on the mic, I've got Dixon Jowers today.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. We've got a couple guys knotted up at the top. They're playing pretty well right now.
Yeah, Cam and Matt feel like they're kind of running away with this 6-shot lead on Coda, who's then got 4 on Landon. So really, there's only one guy that can challenge them, and I don't know if they can be caught right now as good as they're playing.
Yeah, they're putting down some scores for sure. So, and 28 under on the weekend would be a fantastic finish to the tournament, but they've still got 9 holes to play.
They're on pace to break the record of the highest ever or the best ever score for the winner here at this tournament.
Yeah, pretty incredible. So we're moving to the back 9 here. This is hole 10, par 5, where you can pick either of the alleys you can see on the screen here. Mid-range hyzer around the right side or a forehand around the left. That's going to set you up for a long shot down into the green down here. This is a par 5 that can be attacked, but most players are going to be pretty happy with a 4 unless you just have a perfect tee shot. You do have to get some ground action really to get all the way down to the hole to get yourself an easy look at eagle.
Yeah, when the hole preview has 3 or 4 zoom-ins, you know you're dealing with an interesting hole.
It's pretty serious here, yeah.
Long hole with lots of angles.
That's exactly right. Matty's drive is early right. That's an uncharacteristic miss from him. This is a relatively routine drive here.
And this is Cam just throwing mid to be in a perfect spot.
Yep, and mission accomplished. That is definitely a perfect spot.
He does that a lot. Throws good shots to perfect spots.
Yeah, must be nice. Landon's forehand down the left side is not too bad and actually gets a bit of a friendly kick from the tree. He would like that to finish a little bit straighter, but not bad. And this is an Explorer from Coda, and that fights through the middle trees. It is on the left side, but not far enough down the fairway to probably have a reasonable look at eagle.
And Matt way back from everybody else after hitting that early tree.
Yeah, so this is a play just to try and get a 4.
Whoa.
Kind of a rocket kick off that tree right there.
Yeah. Looked like he was just trying to set up left side, and the left side said, no, thank you.
No, you'll be over there, thanks. Yeah, and this is not an aggressive play from Coda at all. This is just a safe hyzer down to the left side. Should set him up for a pretty easy up and down.
What does that leave him from there?
Oh, less than 200.
Okay.
Very, very manageable. Now, this is an aggressive play.
Yeah, that seemed to be going quite a bit faster.
That's fought through and skipped down a little bit. That's probably 70, 80 left of the basket.
Yeah, one of those last trees just slowing him down quite a bit.
Landon still, I think, has a look at eagle from here if he just gets on this forehand well.
Oh, man, his power seemed right and his angle seemed good, just a bit high.
Yeah, that's going to leave him in the middle of the fairway. Probably 220 or so left to the basket. Maybe even less than that. Here's Mattio's forehand, and that hasn't put him nearly as close as he'd like. Wow, same for Landon.
Yeah, anytime you're trying to intentionally throw a 150-foot skipped forehand, you're not in a great spot.
No.
Coda, on the other hand, yeah, I'll take my 8-footer for the birdie 4.
Easy birdie. So the only one really playing aggressive for the eagle here is Cam.
And
Bangerang Peter.
Okay. So
that's good.
Good drive, good accurate long up shot, and then 70-footer.
That's
all you need, Rob.
It's pretty impressive. That's all you got to do. So here's Landon to save his birdie, and that's an out-and-out miss. Seems like he didn't quite commit to it and just pushed it the right side.
And Matt dealing with a tree in his stance and a tree in his flight here.
Yeah, you could tell that affected him as he just catches the right side of the cage. He's going to drop in for par.
It looked like he caught the right side of that tree just barely as well.
Yeah, and par is usually not bad on this course. Almost any par is good, but 5 doesn't feel great here. 4 is very, very attainable.
And when you're chasing a guy that got a 3, 5 really doesn't feel good.
Oh, that's exactly right. And that's an easy birdie for Coda. And I do think there's something to be said for a stress-free birdie. Even when eagle is in play, that you don't have to worry about it a lot. You just, not mindlessly, but you just play it nice and easy, drop in your birdie, move to the next.
Especially when you think that the guy you're chasing might be dropping a stroke.
Yep, that's
Birdies
exactly
are
right.
fun.
That's exactly right. Hole 11, 381, and it's a tight tunnel that ends up moving to the right toward the basket. This is one of the tighter tunnels that our players will contend with all day. You can get in trouble so fast here. Anything right is bad. Anything left is bad. You really just want to go down the middle.
Is it even possible to be putting for 2 off of this?
Possible, yes. Easy, not a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, Cam's got a pretty good forehand. He just left his a little bit low and inside, and that's kicked to the left.
So is the only way to get over there, put it on the ground about where Cam is and try to get a 100-foot skip to the right?
Yes. Yeah, I think the best shots I've seen, and that's a fantastic shot for Coda. That's super good. I don't know if you could draw up a much better shot, but that's still probably 45, 50 out, probably with a tree in the way.
My favorite kind of putts.
Yeah, same here.
Long and with a tree in the way.
Same here.
Oh, double, triple tree kick there for Matty.
Yeah, he stayed on the left, and left is definitely the miss here. Neither miss is awesome, but late left is acceptable. It's you can scramble from there. Landon's low skip shot catches that last kind of tree on the left side. He's going to be in the middle still.
Wow, so this is just kind of crazy pitch shot territory.
This is scramble
boy.
time. Hope you brought your scramble game because you definitely need it right here.
Ooh, that was a tight little line Matty was throwing.
It's a good thing for Landon. He's been practicing that forehand because that's really the only gap he's got.
Get it.
Hey.
Ooh. Is it possible to hit that gap on the drive?
A little frisky. Yes, on purpose. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
It's a weird angle to get straight enough and then turn right enough there.
I mean, I'm not too proud to accept accidental birdies.
Oh, neither am I. I don't know if I've seen anybody get that one. It's a bit of a high putt from Cam, but it's in.
Yeah, no pictures, right?
That's right.
Except for this video.
Well, this one, yeah, there are pictures.
Yeah, moving pictures.
It's actually a lot of pictures. That's going to be a par for Landon. These guys looks like they're all going to collect their par threes from very, very different drives.
Yeah. This hole is welcoming of all drives. Very inclusive.
It's 2018, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
All drives accepted.
We're good with all drives. All right, we're going to move over to hole 12. We still got Cam Colglazier with a 2-shot lead over Matty O. Coda hovering 5 back of Matty, but looking to make a charge here. Hole 12 is a par 5. I think it's a soft par 5 or a pretty difficult par 4. The drive needs to get past the trees in the middle of the fairway. Right side is a little bit better than left, but either side is going to demand that you play a skip hyzer around on kind of the sand path. You can see the right side of the screen. That's going to give you a look at an eagle. You could play for a pretty easy birdie if you just go down the middle, easy pitch hyzer around the corner. But these guys, I don't think they care much about birdies. I think they're looking for eagles out here.
This hole gave me a call and said, "It's not soft. You're soft, Robert."
Yeah, that's true. That's just a bit too high for Cam. You can tell he was trying to bite off a little bit more.
But savable, right? I mean, he can get back.
Super fine. Coda is intentionally playing for the right side of the fairway so that he can open up that hyzer angle a little bit
Yeah, and
more.
that scuttled through. He should have a decent line from there.
Yeah, that won't be bad.
If I can get a little flex. No, hit a little tree.
That's right. And then Landon's, this needs to, okay, that's good.
Okay.
There is OB fence on the right side. That branch that's above Cam's head, that knocked him down, and if it hadn't, there's a decent chance he would have found OB.
That's always fun when you're on a super tight hole and there's an OB line somewhere.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
So Cam trying to get around the corner, but not having much luck. Landon doing the same, looking for the skip, but leaves his
Oh.
a bit high, and He's going to have to take the little inside gap to get to the basket.
Well, that was a good kick to keep him out of this underbrush there.
That's right. Maddie with a good skip angle, but just a bit tight. It's not that hard of a shot once you throw it a couple of times, but the angle is just weird enough that it feels like you need to throw it tighter than you actually do.
Coda getting hold of a good one here. Oh, nice forward movement and skip around the corner.
So yeah, he's pushed it the correct distance to get that skip all the way up there. Here's the inside gap that we were just talking about. That's what Landon has right there.
Oh, use it, baby.
That's a fantastic touch forehand.
Is that the same gap right there?
Yep, same one.
Oh,
Cam trying to get a little saucy and throw it in.
might as well.
So this is Maddie for eagle. Ooh, and he likes it, but it's high left chains, and he said, "How dare you, pine straw?"
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he just wanted to help that tree out, just a little extra mulch.
Save the roots a little
Yeah.
bit.
Coda
Bang,
taking
bang.
the eagle. Oh, man, he's really making a move on Maddie here.
That's well done. Yeah, he's 3 back as it sits right now. Here's Cam from, what would have to be inside Coda. Oh, no. You don't see that from him very often.
Yeah, that seemed like a pretty tentative putt, just trying to barely get over the lip. He's usually more into the chains than that.
Here's Landon to save his birdie. Oh, and it's front cage chains and out. That's no good. So that'll be a pretty easy birdie for Matt. He's going to retain his 4 over Coda and pick up 1 on Cam. Cam and Landon are going to take 5s. And honestly, it's just like we were talking about on hole 10. 5 doesn't feel very good right there. So even though it is a par 5, you're not going to be really stoked on that.
There's a lot of trouble to be had on that hole, though.
Oh, 100%. If you're off the fairway, that's no good. Moving on to hole 13. This is, I think, one of the easier par 4s on the course, and it's one of the more open holes that our players will play. This is a straight shot that you can have finish a little bit left. Anywhere between 350 and 450 feet is great. That gives you a look at pitching a hyzer up toward the basket around the group of trees right in front of it. There's a bit of a runaway green behind if you get too aggressive, but most players of these guys' caliber will be close enough that they shouldn't have to worry about that.
What's all that green stuff on the ground down there?
Grass?
Oh,
Yeah, we're back out in the open now, out of the pine
quote
trees.
unquote open.
Yeah, open enough.
Yeah. So good shot there by Coda. Looked like it was heading back, and a tree helped him to stay in the fairway, but then put him right behind a different tree. I guess you're almost always behind a tree on this course.
Basically, there are going to be trees between you and the basket at any given time.
Matt with a lot of trees between him and the basket.
Yeah, that's a miss left that you don't expect there. These guys could honestly even throw a fairway driver and get the birdie as long as they find themselves in the middle.
Cam coming out low.
Looked like he tried to get all of one right there and get way up the fairway and just left it a little too low. And that's going to be the same problem for Landon. Great line, just too low.
So this is Cam now from what? A little over 250 maybe?
Yeah, something like that. A little bit of mud under his feet right there that had been left over from the wet days before. So the footing here is not perfect. Landon going for a little flip up with his, I believe that's an AVR X3.
Aye.
That's really the only tree he needs to miss right there. Otherwise, he's under the basket.
If it hadn't been for that blasted tree.
Those meddling kids.
Coda trying to jump one in.
That's a smooth
Hey-o.
flag.
Oh.
Oh, well done.
And tap in birdie again. So Coda's going to start the back with a couple of tap in birdies and an eagle.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it didn't look like Matteo had a whole lot of a gap, but I guess 5 feet is.
Well, yeah, let's clarify. He did not have much of a gap.
That's right. He made it look
you
like.
You were right.
That's an extremely impressive shot from that side of the fairway. It's a long jumper from Landon that he really can't get too aggressive with because of the runaway green behind.
How far back is that drop off?
6 feet.
So Cam with a 30-foot putt that you cannot see the basket.
Yeah, not great. So they're going to settle for pars. This is Matt for his birdie.
To take back or to tie. Wow.
And that's a miraculous birdie, too, from where his drive was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So easy par there for Cam. This is a relative drop-in for birdie. Coda is on one on the back right now.
Yeah.
That'll be a par for Landon. I'll stick by the fact that I think that's one of the easiest par fours on the course. These guys with 2 birdies, 2 pars, I think most of the time these guys walking up to that hole would say, I expect to birdie that, 80, 90% of the time.
Wow, Coda 4 down so far on the first 4 holes of the back 9.
Yeah, he's playing quite well. All right, hole 14. Don't pay any mind to the gaps you see on the screen. The play for birdie is up over all of these trees, and it's one of the only over-the-top shots that our players have on the back 9 here. If you want to play for par, you can play down that left side or even the little tight inside gap. Coda's going to line up one of those, and yeah, he's playing the inside gap. This really isn't much of a play for birdie unless you get super perfect skips. Even with good skips like he just got, I mean, I don't think he's inside 100 feet.
That looked like he was just straight throwing it into the woods.
Yes. Yeah, there is a gap there, but it's not a great one.
Oh.
Now, Matty O threw basically at the spotter. It looked like it tagged him, but pretty sure that was a tree.
That was Matrix action. Yeah. If it bounced that far off the spotter, we need to call an ambulance.
Yeah, that's right. Cam with a smooth forehand through the inside gap, but even then, he's behind some brush. The basket from where his disc landed is back and to the right. So here's the over-the-top shot that Landon that we were talking about. Landon has taken.
Is this a local play? The people that show up from Alabama, do they know about that shot?
No. You'd have to play with someone who's been here to see that. But this hole just gives up so few birdies.
Yeah.
You have to get all the way over those trees and kind of crash the woods on the backside to get, a 35, 40 footer in the woods. Otherwise, these are kind of the standard plays, forehand down that left side or the inside gap, just to give them a decently easy look at an up and down.
Jeez, this is scramble fest right here.
Yeah, you better come with your touch turnover forehand because there are a lot of them on this course.
Wow.
And Coda with the best drive of the bunch, I mean, he's just going to lay this under the basket. Looked like a half run, but not really much going from there.
So does all that pine straw, does it make for fast greens or slow greens? I can see skips happening.
Sharper edges get skips. Most putters don't get a whole lot of action on it. You can count on it setting pretty softly.
So Matty and Cam still tied. Matty's got 7 wins this year. 3 A-tiers already. So Cam, heads up, buddy.
Yeah, man. Matty's just trying to add to that repertoire. Who knows how many A-tiers he's won over his career? A million would be my guess. Give or take. Yeah. Give or take a few. All right. So now we're on to a couple of holes where you can actually get 2s.
Ooh,
awesome.
How about that?
Hole 15. This is a very, very tight gap on the left side. You can either throw something that kind of stands up on the left or flex something a bit to the right, just to get down there to the left side.
Wait, what?
I wouldn't say it's a perfectly poke and hope hole, but that's kind of what it feels like sometimes.
Is the basket to the left?
Basket's to the left right now. So
can you walk through there?
Yes.
Or you have to go around to the right.
No, you can walk through there. So Matty's pured the left gap, super pured the left gap, but with a flex. That's crazy. That honestly, walking between those trees, you could definitely put your arms out and touch both of them. It's no wider than 5 or 6 feet.
That was a good shot then by Mr. Orum.
Oh, okay. Well, and here's just a straight hyzer through that gap. That's like premier accuracy. That's knowing your disc and then just absolutely committing to your line. And here's a play that we see a whole lot of. That's missing a little bit early left and then just taking the kicks that come to you.
Oh.
Oh no, and that's the old monkey paw. Landon and I talked about that after the round, but he told me, yeah, he had a pretty easy up and down and just absolutely let it go right. It's a nice little half run from Coda.
Yeah, Coda's got to be thinking, well, I thought I was putting a move on these guys. And then they just go and hit the 5-foot wide gap all the way down for birdie putts.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, beautiful birdie right there.
Yeah, when you hit a gap like that, I don't doubt that he's going to make the putt then to get the bird.
You've already done the work.
Yeah.
You're not going to squander that opportunity.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a couple of twos. Landon, unfortunately, is going to drop a shot.
This is one of those things where the other players on the course, they're like, hey, I got a 2 on 15. Maybe I'll catch a stroke on these. Oh, no, they both deuced it.
Just kidding. Yeah, I deuced this one during that final round as well, but when we were backed up enough that I saw them get their birdies, so I was like, well,
yeah, forget
this
place.
is dumb. All right, so we are still knotted up at the top. Cam Colglazier and Matt Orum sitting at 31 under par. Moving over to hole 16, another deuceable hole, but a line that you have to shape. This is a wider gap. You can see it a bit on the right side of the screen right there. The play is either a fairway driver or a mid-range that you can throw flat that moves just a little bit right. Have to miss kind of the bunker trees on the left-hand side, and you can't move too far right or it's just garbage on the right side. So something straight down the middle that turns, kind of like that. Yep, that's the play.
Oh.
That's a little bit short, but he's putting, if nothing else, easy 3. This is more of the pure flight.
Wow. Oh.
And a little extra action. That's going to take the CTP.
Matty didn't need to know that he got that skip.
No, and we won't tell him.
The drives look the same. He'll just assume that it skidded further.
This kind of looks like a fuse from Coda. So something that he can throw out on hyzer and let it move to the right on its own. It's just moved a little bit too far right on its own there.
Is this fairway drive range, or does the downhill bring mids into play?
It's whichever one you feel more comfortable with. I was throwing Explorer, so nice easy fairway driver, but I think Matt and Cam were both throwing mid-ranges, I believe. And so if that is a fuse, that's what Coda was throwing as well. Landon, I believe, was throwing a TL on this hole. Coda hasn't penetrated too far into the woods, so he's just got kind of a soft run out.
Oh.
He's so good at those little floaty. Yeah, I think he and Barsby throw those just about as well as anybody in the world.
Yeah. He wanted that one.
That was a lot of jumps
Quite
in
a bit
between.
of bounce in there. Yeah.
That's right. That's how you know it was a long putt. It was in the air for a while.
Can we get some Tigger noises in there?
We'll put those in post.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Good line. What, 6 inches low?
Right. And with those sticks above his head, kind of branches messing with his stance, that's not really what you're looking for.
So this is an important stroke for Cam with just 2 holes to go, and he takes that shot back from Matty O. 1 shot lead now for Cameron.
Yeah, we are back where we started.
Well, why did we play the first 16
I don't
holes?
know.
Couldn't we have just jumped to 17?
Yeah, I feel like we should ask them that before the next time.
What a waste. All you did was get Coda and Landon's hopes up.
Man, I'm going to tell you right now, having played this course a few times, that these guys are making the course look a lot easier than it actually is. This is an extremely difficult course that's, humbled great golfers over the years. Just once you get a little bit off the fairway, it's so hard to get back in contention. Hole 17 here, we're throwing drives. Forget where the camera's looking. We're throwing drives over the top of that tree in the middle of the fairway. The drive needs to move quite a ways to the right before finishing even a little bit left. It almost feels like a 45-degree angle to the right to make sure you find a good spot. 3 is a great score here. A perfect drive could give you a look at a 2.
Was that an OB Creek right behind the basket?
It is within
well.
10, 12 feet, yeah. So here's Cam's drive. He got the height right, but didn't quite push it over to the right enough. So this is actually on the left side of the fairway, and it's going to be in a little bit of rough. Wow, Matty O actually goes down the middle.
Huh? Hey, there's no trees around. He's doing better than Cam.
He's got a wide open shot. And that was an attempt at a roller. I believe that's a St. Pro from Coda. And just a little too wide left.
And I was hoping Landon would do something just totally different here. So we could have 4 completely different drives.
No, but he has thrown over the top, and this is a perfect angle. Oh, my goodness. Go.
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa.
Wow. Okay, 555. Yes, a bit downhill, but you've got to be kidding me. That's a drive and a half right there. Oh, my goodness.
Well, you said with a perfect drive, you could have a look at the 2.
There it is.
He's got a circle's edge look for the 2.
That's incredible.
That should be worth 3 down.
I agree.
Yeah.
You make that, you get 3 down.
Or like, you know, a bonus, like somebody comes out and gives you a cold drink and some cookies or something.
Or like, here's $20.
Yeah. Little bounty on the hole.
So a little bit too far right for Coda on his shot. This is going to be Matty from the middle of the fairway, and he has got to get up and down to put some pressure on Cam.
Wow, that's a dangerous shot.
Up and down he has. Yeah, that's such a touchy approach.
Wow, so Cam now, I mean, Matty is parked for the 3. And this is there's no way he's getting a 3 from here. So he knows he's losing a stroke. He needs to get into a spot here where the 4 becomes easy, where he doesn't have to have a great shot like Matty did.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And he's played it wisely. If you get aggressive on that tree, those trees are so grabby. We had a player on our card hit that same tree twice and end up taking a 5 on the hole in not that bad a position, just because the limbs can grab your disc so easily.
It's no longer acceptable to be grabby.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's 2018.
Yeah.
It's unacceptable. So Coda's just going to lay it up there for the 4, and that's a wise play. And after just a super smash drive, here's 42 feet for the eagle.
Death putt, too.
Oh, yeah. OB directly behind it.
Come on.
Oh, just left side.
It's so hard to give that the juice that it needs.
100% true. This is one of the only times you'll be disappointed in birdie ever.
On that hole.
Yes, is when you have 42, 45 feet for eagle.
Okay, so Cam now with the par 4 there, and Matty's got 10 feet for his birdie to tie it back up. This is a guy that knows how to do good things late in round. Remember, he got 5th at Worlds, but he was in it.
Yep.
With I think until the 18th hole of the final round. He was right there tied with Paul.
Yeah, and he's made his charge, and so here we are tied up going into the 18th hole. This is a great separator hole.
You know what Coda and Landon are missing? Sunglasses.
Oh, man.
Yep, that's what it is.
If only somebody had told them that before the round.
They could have shot 32 under as well.
I wish someone had told me that also. I just wore my regular glasses.
No good.
So hole 18, 351 uphill, plays more like 380 to 400. This is where you can finally feel some wind again. This is a low ceiling drive that you kind of have to move a little to the right in order to get all the way to the basket. The tree and fence that you see kind of on the left side of your screen now is actually out of bounds, and that has a stone in the ground that has the names of all the previous winners.
Looks like a little graveyard there.
Yes, it really does. But that stone, it's really, the first time I saw it, I was like, man, I want my name on that rock. It's really cool. But that out of bounds is the worst.
I bet you can find a can of spray paint somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, I can vandalize my way onto the rock.
Oh, so Cam has that for bird, and Matty looked like he was just in layup range.
Yeah, that was Landon. Yeah,
sorry.
This is Cam's drive. Matty probably has a putt. I bet it's 40 or 45 feet.
Oh no.
He needs that to kick. Okay. That's kicked out.
Oh,
It is
boy,
not in the
what a
LB,
break.
but it's not. There's no birdie there.
Oh, geez. I bet Matty was thinking, I just won this tournament.
Yep, that's
when he
it.
saw it go into that tree. How often if something hits that tree, does it get out of the OB?
I'd say you get out like 30, 40%. I've seen a lot hit and just go straight down, and I've seen a few hit and kick out. We had one guy on our card hit a tree on the right side of the fairway and kick into the OB. That's the worst. So here's a thumber from Coda. He's in a really bad spot in the fairway, so that's just a play to try to get anywhere close to the basket. Cam looks like he tried to throw it in, and that is no gimme.
I mean, that's what, 25 or maybe circle's edge on the backside.
Absolutely. And now, like I said, now that we're back out of the woods, you can feel the wind, and it's probably 10 to 15 out here.
Wow, what a drive by Landon. 2 holes in a row.
Yeah, this is to cap a rough round for Landon, and same thing as before. That wind, from his perspective, is pushing right to left. Not surprising to see that move left of the basket.
So this is Matty O for the win.
This is a guaranteed win.
So it's about 50.
I'd say 45. Oh my goodness. Just out the right side. So here's, circle's edge for Cam Colglazier. This is for the tie. When moving from his left to right.
Oh, what a clutch putt.
As if there was ever a doubt, that was in the middle of it all the way.
What a clutch putt.
I wonder what it feels like to know you have to make a putt and then make that putt.
Good.
It doesn't feel
I'm going to
good.
go out on a limb here and say good.
Probably. It makes me think of The Office when Michael Scott says, I love inside jokes. Love to be a part of one someday. That's how I feel about those putts. So we got a little bit of extra golf here.
And Matty's feeling bad about this extra golf, and Cam's feeling great about it.
Yeah, he's like, I just got given a gift
Yep.
at that point. So these guys are going to take off on hole 1 and just play the course until there's a clear winner. They won't go 118, 117, 18, anything like that. We're just back to hole 1.
So these guys, 11 wins on the year so far, 4 A-tier wins, both of them finishing top 10 at Worlds. What we thought was just kind of a random A-tier in Texas all of a sudden has 2 pretty big heavyweights duking it out.
Yep, and these guys are definitely on top of their game.
Coming up
Let's hear what
first
Ryan
on the
Draper
box,
has to say
shooting
here.
The hot round 55. Give it up for Matt Orum.
Matty O shot a 55 today. Just
Seems all right.
blistering. Anything in the 50s at all is really good. 62 was 1,000 rated on the number. So they played the golf.
So he came in averaging 1057 on the round and did better.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And that's a huge hyzer. Caught the very last tree between himself and the basket. He should have an easy up and down from there. Cam is taking that big flex play over the top again. This is a good angle that just needs to get over the trees. And he just clipped a branch there. If it penetrated through, this is just a jump putt up and down.
Or jump putt for the win. No.
Yeah, this
not get
slope.
silly.
Yes, this slope is steeper than it looks on camera. Anything that goes past is probably 25 or 30 at minimum.
Oh, Matt wasn't scared, though.
No, he sure wasn't. Nice birdie for Matt. Expect Cam to do the same.
I was kind of hoping one of them would win it here because I don't like playoffs on holes with a million trees.
Yeah,
Because,
where it can be kind of fluky.
yeah,
Yeah, I actually did not stick around for this playoff, so I haven't seen these holes at all. But yeah, holes 2 and 3, and once you get back into the woods, you can really get some punishing kicks if you are not dead down the center of the fairway.
well, in this first hole, I mean, they both hit that tiny, tiny gap the
That's
first
right.
time that they played it and got the birdie twos.
That's right. I mean, you can definitely tell this is a separator hole. If you hit any tree here, there's a chance of OB. There's a chance of just finding a terrible spot that you almost wish you were OB instead.
You will be separated from your chance to win.
That's right. And that's tight and early.
Oh, boy.
It looks like he's gotten all the way across. I don't think that's out of bounds. Cam's got his destiny in his hands right now. And that's a smooth shot.
Oh,
Yeah, that's rejected right there.
wow. The one tree. That was going to be, what, 15?
Tops. So here's Matty from, I mean, this is probably 50 or 60.
There's a white flag there. That's circle 1, right?
Yeah, that's right. Those white flags are actually out of bounds flags here. Yeah.
I got you.
All right, so that's a long miss from Matty O. So here's Cam. This is about 35, 40 feet.
For the W.
That's for the win. That was 1 inch low,
Yeah,
a half
and
inch
I
low.
bet out of his hand, it looked great the whole way. He was going just a touch downhill. I'm sure he thought that was high enough.
Yeah, those half and halves are, I think those are maybe the most heartbreaking putts. When part of the putter gets over the cage, but it still pops out, you know that all it needed was that little extra commitment.
Well, and it looks good for so long.
Yes.
If it's bad right out of your hand, you never get your hopes up.
Yeah, it's well, I missed it.
Yeah. So let's do it again.
All right, moving on to hole 3. This is the par 5 that we talked about on the front. All important on the drive here. Must navigate the gap all the way down to give yourself an opportunity to get over the OB creek to the basket on the left side.
Brother. This hole. I have bad memories of this hole. From 5 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Or 4 years ago.
If you hit anything early, you're done. That's plain and simple. 4 at absolute best, and that's throwing 3 great shots from there.
See, I wasn't discriminating. I hit things early, middle, and late.
I see. That's fair. I took a 3 on this hole the first round, and it felt like I was the best player in the world. It's just
560. You just got to throw it 112 feet each time.
That's right.
There you go. And that's at least 115.
If not even more.
He's ahead of schedule.
Maybe even more. That is a pure drive from Matt Orum. Pressure's squarely on Colglazier's shoulders here.
Okay. Here's your pressure, Robert, and I give it right back to you.
Dear heavens, that's so
It's
good.
right at the base of the creek.
He's probably got a straight putter up shot from there. And likely a better line than Matt Orum right here. And both of these drives are so good.
Oh, it was pushing good, hit a tree and dropped him, and he's got, what's that, 60 maybe?
60 is about right, yeah.
Oh, man, and Cam just ends up in a weird spot. But, hey, this shot that we talked about.
He's gotten to practice it. Oh, and it's probably good that he did.
Is it good to have 10-footers for eagle in a playoff?
That's incredible. So now the pressure's back on Mattio's shoulders here. He's probably going to have to go over this tree to have that hyzer back into the basket. Like we said, 55, 60 feet.
To stay alive.
Just over the top of it. Good commitment, but so hard to feel where the basket is from there.
Yeah, and it was long. You don't want your putts to stay alive to be short.
And how often do you birdie a hole and lose a playoff?
Not very often.
Well.
Tap in bird for a hole.
But yeah, congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen,
So that's
the
Cam's
2018
second A-tier
Hollywood
win
champion,
of the year.
Cameron
He's good at
Colglazier.
throwing frisbees, especially in the woods.
Plain and simple, the guys. He's got a really clean backhand swing, a great forehand. He's a great putter. Both of these guys are both of those. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to our coverage of the Piney Woods Open. If you haven't already liked and subscribed to our channel, please do so. We'd love to bring you some more disc golf content, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
And we'll put in a subscribe button.
Hey, subscribe, okay?
Oh, okay.
I'm making upwards.
All right.
Okay, bye.